if you want to call it that, or the winners playoffs. I mean, I keep calling it different things, but let's hop onto the game and let's see what's going on. Joining me this afternoon is Mr. Blue. How are you doing? Mr. Blue? Oh, we can't hear him because audio's off. All right, we can't hear Mr. Blue. Now we should probably hear him. Mr. Blue, you there?
Hello.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Hey.
It's fixed.
How's it
Excellent. Excellent. I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Good.
Well, we've got the pistol round started here as Kyrgyzstan are cleaning up the Palestinians. It seemed like the Palestinians tried to go for that B hall's control, and somehow they're able to push quite deep. But the Kyrgyzstanis, who weren't really fast with that B push, were just waiting behind, were able to pick up a couple of kills. And now it's just EM27 on his own. 1-0 now for Kyrgyzstan.
And that's pretty much expected so far, based on the performances we've seen today from our teams. Kyrgyzstan, of course, probably the stronger of the two, and considering we just saw India take out the Palestine guys in that last match there. It was by transitive properties we would kind of expect Kyrgyzstan to come out pretty heavily here. But again, also we've seen Palestine's players, they've had a little bit more of a chance to warm up and get themselves going, but definitely going to be looking just to do a little bit of pre-match analysis here, even though we're already in the match, that they'll probably be the front runners here at the beginning of this match at least, while Palestine kind of gets used to what they're going to throw at them in this half.
Yeah, they demolished the Indians on the T side of Mirage. I mean, Cash is also CT sided, but we're probably going to expect the same kind of performance. The Kyrgyzstanis are just that step higher when it comes to aim and individual skill, and that's going to allow them to take out any of the CTs holding the positions. And I wonder if the Palestinians are capable of playing Cash, if Cash is a map that they're happy with. I mean, one thing I learned yesterday, I was playing Train, right, on matchmaking. I know it sounds disgusting, but I was sitting down, I was playing Train, and I just realized, because I don't play a lot of the new Train, that playing a new map or a map that you don't like really affects your performance a lot in this game. A lot. Like, you don't have any of the right angles, you don't know how to stand, you don't know how to play. It's really, really difficult. And, whoa! Omar again with another 1 dig. I mean, this guy's definitely been deathmatching with that Desert Eagle. But they've got 3 frags in that eco round, Blue.
Yeah,
not bad.
Economically speaking, that was actually a pretty good pickup there, taking out all 3 players of that. But unfortunately, they're still going to be able to pick up the second round, which is ultimately what Palestine's looking to avoid. But as you mentioned, though, that's still very good. Taking out those 3 players helps keep the money low, and is going to help to throw them onto the eco faster when they are able to claim the gun round there. But of course, now, because they did have to force it up a little bit there, as they went for the upgraded pistols, they are going to be on a full save this time, so that they can afford the buy on that 4th round. And this should be a one with a much less conflict in regards to Kyrgyzstan taking it, as we won't expect too many pickups for Palestine on essentially everybody buying nothing at the beginning of it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if they can do any more economical damage on the Kyrgyzstani side. Mumu actually picking up a frag on Die, but it should be an easy round. Ooh, turning around. Nice play here by Mumu at the end of the site there at quad. I mean, if he knows how to play quad well, he's going to make the A site quite expensive for the Kyrgyzstanis to take, especially when he has an M4 and a bit of utility in his hand. But we do see now a full buy from the Palestinians on the 4th round of this best of 1.
And now again, we take a look at Kyrgyzstan's going to push themselves now onto this gun round, since there is going to be a little bit more resistance coming out from the Palestine roster this time. Die, again, we saw how powerful of an operator he was back in their match versus India. But this time, of course, he's going to miss that initial shot. And again, here now, everybody else on Palestine knows that there's probably not going to be too much of a presence mid. Nandu's still a little bit cautious of this, but the play is definitely going to be happening over here at A in a minute, and for some reason here, there is that rotation getting thrown over towards B, so this could be a pretty successful take. However, Nandu now moving into a better position, could be able to pull off some better hold here.
Yeah, there's the execute coming in from the Kyrgyzstanis. They're pushing forward when EM27 is able to hold them off just a bit longer as he takes down Pachanga. Kamizik finds the entry on Nandu, finds the way. Momo, who's at corner, only he gets to pick up 1, but EM27 is still alive. They're going to try and plant the bomb. He's going to fire away. Oh, he's missing his bullets, but he finally gets it. Switches to the P2K, knows that he doesn't have enough bullets left, and now it's a 2 versus 2. The Palestinians on the A side have not done a bad job, but Quaker, look at that aim, finds Messi from miles and miles away, using that AK-47 like a fully honed sniper rifle. And Dai will get the final frag as Kyrgyzstan will pick that up, but pretty good resistance on the A side. I mean, they're looking a bit more solid on the CT side than they do on the T side, the Palestinians.
Oh, absolutely. So, like, getting the start here on CT side is huge for Palestine. We saw it in the India maps that their T side was unfortunately was unfortunately not too strong. So here on CT getting the start here, this is a pretty big pickup for them. The big thing is going to be, of course, capitalizing on it, and already here, this play is going to get started pretty quickly. Pachanga already finding Nandu. Quaker, though, lined up perfectly for that. Him and SNK working together like a true team there, getting that dual angle spray. And Kamazik is, of course, to close it out there as he takes out Omar, and not a single loss either in the Kyrgyzstan roster that time around.
Yep. I mean, the thing is, now, I would just want to mention this as well for those people who are interested. Like, when you look at the Asian qualifiers and also the African qualifiers, a lot of the teams that are involved are players who don't have, like, a pro scene or a semi-pro scene in their nation. So they're literally players, maybe like you, who are actually involved playing for their nation. So for that reason, we, in the Asian qualifiers, you obviously want the best teams and the best sides, but at the same time, you want as many teams to be involved as possible. You want the tournament to be as global as possible and to give everyone the same opportunity to qualify. So for that reason, I mean, it's an excellent chance for the Palestinians to learn, to get some experience and develop their esports scene. So we do have 2 entries over towards the A side, but look at this, Messi just pops out of nowhere and picks up 2 and drops the bomb, but he doesn't realize that Kamazik is still in checkers, and now it's a 2 versus 2 with 1 CT creeping from CT spawn, another coming in from the balcony, and Nandu, he's going to go down with that AWP. Very nicely done there by Kamazik to salvage the round, and the bomb's going to be planted. 1 versus 2 now for EM27.
And he's already...
Let's hope. Sorry.
It's all good.
Let's hope. Yeah, let's hope 20. I was just about to say, let's hope EM27 is going to deal more than 27 damage here.
Yeah, and he's already revealed himself there to upper 2. Now he's revealing himself to lower at this point. Definitely looking for kills. He finds 1 though, and that opens up the possibility to go for the re-entry here and find his way in, but not expecting Kamazik to be way out in the open there on Generator. He catches him by surprise. Easy clean headshot comes out there, and Kyrgyzstan keep their record clean for now, 6-0. Palestine yet to bring a round onto the board, and they are going to force things up this round. They're tired of taking the crap from Kyrgyzstan. Yep,
really nicely done. Kamazik, sorry, with a 4K that round, single-handedly taking down the Palestinian side. We do have a false spy here from Palestine with a pistol for Mass and a scout. Nandu searching for the head, and he'll find the head of SNK. Nice spray through the smoke by Momo as well. It's a good start here for the Palestinians.
Now, with this early 2 frags, I'd actually say, coming out for Palestine again, this is probably going to stir the Kyrgyzstan roster a little bit. They have to figure out where they go. Die! Oh my goodness. The timing on the op shot there is going to absolutely decimate EM27. Now it's down to that 3-on-4 situation. The flash will come out, trying to sell it towards A. It looks like it might still actually play over towards here. However, now going for that mid-control, considering that Kamazik already making his way into there. And I guess they're going to have to try to make the choice from here. But they have essentially been given mid for free. Palestine moved their 4 remaining players onto individual sites, so it could be either site from here, and they are going to be a little bit split up. They're trying to rotate it now to try and get control of the CT halls, but if they aren't able to grab that back, then unfortunately these 2 players are going to be cut off. However, Mumu does a great job. He moves out, he finds Die, drops the offer. Well, at least where 1 more of these players are, and that's Nandu again. He finds Kamazik, and that last one stuck inside the smoke. Unfortunately, probably won't be able to survive for too much longer since they've spotted him. But he does pick up a frag there with that nice smoke. And as well a second one, too. Hold on, he's still in this now. Brings it into a 1-on-2 with 28 seconds left. He's going to try to go for the B site. He still has to face off against Messi, however. And Messi, definitely not anyone to mess with here on the Palestine roster.
Oh, I like that pun there, Blue. It's a 2 versus 1. A couple of mistakes, both from Palestine and Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan not going for the A split because basically Mumu and Nandu were able to just both concentrate on shot and pick up those 2 frags. Messi will make sure to get that final frag, and there you have it, Palestine with the first round. But as we saw earlier, I mean, number 1, Palestine were 2 players up. No need to go for aggression. No need to try and push main on your own. EM27 found himself in a tough spot, so he tried to flash himself up, but it was a really good job by Dai to pick it up. But the Kyrgyzstanis having everybody on mid and pushing up from short, not the best idea. And Palestine also did kind of a wrong move by having both players on the A site check short, because literally if they had one person coming in from main, you would have got 2 easy frags. So both... Oof, that nade. Both teams doing some little weird mistakes here, but at the end of the day, Palestine ended up taking that round. It was a really nice try there by Pachanga, as he picked up a couple and put himself in a 1 versus 2 situation from a 1 versus 4. But 6-1 now, money's still good on the Kyrgyzstani side, and Dai will search for that entry towards the A site.
The mod's going to come in. That should force the player playing in quad out, but he's not even going to get the chance to off there. Die stops him in his tracks. He comes out. It actually hindrances the movement here coming out from the apologies from the Kyrgyzstan players, but Kamazaki doesn't even care. He's already just ripping through the roster, taking out 2 more players, brings it down to Omar, and quite obviously at this point, Omar is looking for exits, as that's going to be almost a perfect entry for Kyrgyzstan, minus the Pachanga kill that happened earlier on there. And they're going to get it, and that's going to be a 7th round being picked up here for the Kyrgyzstan players now.
Yeah, the aim of the Kyrgyzstani players looks so on point. I mean, they're absolutely fantastic. Kamazik, you're seeing he's landing headshots left, right, and center. Really, really fantastic play by him. He looks like on a pretty good level. And Kyrgyzstan, you know, after winning this match, they're going to be in the final group, right? And so right now, Vietnam qualified from Group B and China from Group A. They're really solid. Kyrgyzstan, not too sure if they're going to be able to contend. We're going to have to wait and see until they play them. They've got maybe tomorrow and the day after that to kind of practice and get ready if they qualify. But on the other hand, Vietnam and China have had some time to practice as well. Either way, they do look quite solid, and they're easily the best team in Group C. We do have an eco now here by the Palestinians. No, nothing really different. They've just gone for the defaults. They've actually gone a bit aggressive as well. And I don't know about you, Blue, but I like to see, you know, kind of stacks and pushes with 4 or 5 players on eco rounds. I mean, you're going to lose it. Might as well gamble.
Yeah, and that's Palestine tried to do like a hybrid of that. If we notice, we saw like the mini stack in mid where they tried to go into mid garage and surprise with probably 2 or 3 players or 1 or 2 players that should have been that might have been in there, but they pretty much got stopped completely as Kyrgyzstan has been looking to take mid control here anyway, so it was a little bit miscalculated. Didn't pan out the way they wanted to, and obviously from that point forward, 2v5, not much they can do, so Kyrgyzstan just cleans it up.
Yep, really nicely done there by Kyrgyzstan. It's 8-1 here on the T side of cash. Palestine, though, they've got money in the bank now. And they're actually deciding to just eco up, and I mean they could have gone for a 4th buy. Well, they could have gone for a full buy pretty easily, but they wouldn't have had a large amount of utility. Either way, they'll go for 2 armors on Nandu and EM27, while the rest of the players will just be playing with pistols. Kyrgyzstan should be able to pick this up again. So there's pretty much a double eco now from the Palestinians. And the next round they should be able to go for a full buy, however, and they're getting that 3.4k loser bonus by now. EM27 actually finds a frag on SNK. Quackett holding the flank here. Going to find himself faced with an overly aggressive Palestinian. There's I don't know what was happening. The EM27 maybe getting a bit trigger happy, actually firing at his teammate.
I think EM27 is his connection isn't the stablest because when he picked up that kill, he like kept shooting for like 4 or 5 more shots.
Oh yeah.
So he's probably having some issues right now. So that might explain why he shot at a teammate, since he probably didn't see the entire model at first.
I have a feeling like the Kyrgyzstani players are playing from LAN, are playing next to each other. They've got pretty much exactly the same thing.
That wouldn't surprise me. They seem pretty coordinated, and normally when you can notice when the teams are in like the same physical location, they can, or at least I should say, cooperate a lot better if you catch that from LAN play.
Oh, it'll be quite nice. I mean, we've seen teams play online. I mean, like South Africa during the African qualifiers, they had a qualifier for the team, and then they got the whole team and put them in like a boot camping area where they were practicing, and then they played the official matches from that place. So a couple of the teams, I think, also, I mean, Vietnam. I know that Skyra during the Asia Rising Stars were at LAN. They might have been at LAN during this tournament as well, but all the players are from different parts of Vietnam. It's quite expensive to get to meet up and play together. But I mean, it's not really that weird to find a couple of teams actually playing from LAN or playing together, because at the end of the day, 3 spots for a $100,000 tournament, it's a big deal for the Asians. It's the biggest tournament they've had the opportunity to qualify for after the majors.
Yeah, it's also I noticed it's a lot more accessible in Asian countries. Like you have like a lot more PC bongs and stuff like that, so it's a lot easier to kind of get everybody in one place, and a place that actually has like sufficient internet speed and all that too. So, but anyway, we're getting a little off topic, and now as we go back into the match to check it out already here, Kyrgyzstan looking for a way in. The trades have come out, so much damage, and another nade kill comes out there from Pachanga. Kamazak as well, finding another frag as well. They're bringing the Palestine players down to 3. They're on a full rotate at this point, trying to work their way in. Not even looking at this point here, too. SNK still on a huge flank. He's going to completely catch anybody that would try to work their way in through vent and surprise Kyrgyzstan. So that's an easy mop-up. Now sitting at 10-1 as Palestine, again, really struggling to pick up these rounds at this point.
Yeah, fantastic play here from Kyrgyzstan, looking really solid. Great double kill there by Pachang as he took down those 2 CT players with the pop flash from one of his teammates through the smoke at CT. But, you know, Kyrgyzstan, I mean, I've heard the country before, but I was reading a bit about it before the stream, because I always like to have some knowledge about the nations involved in the tournament. And it's interesting, it's a Central Asian country, and it's like a, not necessarily Turkish, but like Turkic country. You know, they've got like Turkic origins, and they're similar to a country like Kazakhstan, because originally they were like these kind of not necessarily Slavic, but like these kind of fair-skinned and fair hair color, and then the Mongolians came, and these Turkic tribes then developed after that. So they've got a similar culture to places like Kazakhstan and whatnot. So it was really interesting. I was really interested in reading about this country. It's quite technically, small compared to the countries nearby. And I didn't think they had this much of a developed CS scene. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, these guys are playing on a pretty good level at the moment.
Yeah, these guys are definitely surprising compared to, like we saw with the Indian players. That was easily, coming into this as kind of as blind as I was, the Kyrgyzstani roster, that was easily a match I would have said India would have taken. And I thought India would have been easily taking this group pretty easily, but they've struggled quite a bit, and against the Kyrgyzstani roster, they definitely, again, if this is a team that we may be looking to see in tournaments in the future, possibly, it could be a force to be reckoned with based on the performance here today, at least.
Yeah, well, it looks like Palestine have picked up another round here to make it 10-2, but the Kyrgyzstani economy far too strong, so they'll be able to go for a full buy once more. However, I think it was mostly due to Kyrgyzstan just being a bit overconfident, pushing in towards the side, not checking their corners properly. Let's see, though, if Palestine can continue, though, and pick up more rounds here. Nandu's still playing with the scout. This round, it seems to be working out for him. Momo in a great position. He just needs to make that jump, but I think Pachang heard him, and he's going to find that frag as well. It's a really good idea. I love seeing that boost. If you can make it a one jump and get on top of the smoke, you're usually going to be able to get that main frag. So really nice idea by Momo, but the execution just simply wasn't there. Quacker looking for the entry here towards the A site. The bomb will be moving there, and we've got two terrorists coming in from mid as well, so they have to be careful about that shot push. Nobody checking mid, and Nandu's going to go down here as they push in from mid. EM27 still on the site, picks up one frag, taking down Pachang. Omar is in support as well. There's a return from the Kyrgyzstani players, a nade that's actually going to damage the Kyrgyzstani players from their own side. We have just Messi trying to rotate, and SNK playing it perfectly, holding that flank from mid as they'll pick up another round. And the economy for Palestine broken due to their lack of loser bonus.
Yeah, and this is again going to force another very awkward round for them as they're just trying to get anything they can at this point. It's far too deep in the round to try to play the economic game and save up here, so it's going to be full buyouts, of course, and then they'll try to do the same on the next round with whatever they're able to pick up here. As they're just scratching for scraps at this point, looking for essentially anything they could find against the Kyrgyzstanis. Already here, that's Die again, finding Palestine's Nandu. And now they're just going to roll right into this A site off of that one. There is a nice flank, though, as you can see, that comes off here. Messi finds the opener. He's going to find Quaker, but Chunga is able to respond to that and drop EM27, but now those players that were on flank, unfortunately, they're now caught back as SNK still holding this angle. There's a nice flash that actually comes out there from the Palestine player. That's going to be Messi again, looking to move forward here. Trying to take out SNK, but unfortunately not going to work out so well there, as I think the lag got the best of Messi again. And Momo as well here, looking to take down Die. He does spot him, but not able to get the full kill as that seat got in the way and actually reduced the damage. So now Momo again, he takes out Pachanga. Kamazik on the site, he's going to find Omar. And Kamazik also finishes it off by taking out Momo. That's going to put it down to a 12-2 scoreline here, heading into the 15th round. And again, the money here for Palestine, not going to let them do too much in this round either.
Yep. Final round, and they went for the gamble, force buy, tried to force buy and see if they could pick up a round, but they won't be able to, and now they're on another force buy for the final round of the first half. Nicely done by Kyrgyzstan. It's a good try there. I think that push by the scout wasn't the best idea. They lost two players a bit too easily, and with the flank that was coming from B Halls, it might have been pretty powerful. But look at that, Omar again with the one dig, and Messi playing very nicely. This flank well timed. Nandu picking up a frag, and they're looking a lot like a more structured team with this aggression here, and with their force buy, they're probably on the way to picking up a round. And Kyrgyzstan were completely unprepared for that. That was really nice, and maybe they should have done that earlier on. But they'll pick up around 2 kills for Nandu, 2 kills for Messi. And let's take a look at the scores here. Momo, he's top fragging for the Palestinian side with 9. Pretty much the same amount of frags for the Palestinians. But on the other hand, look at Kyrgyzstan. Kamazik with 17, and he's been landing some fantastic shots so far in this best of 1. But pistol round, very important for Palestine now, because if they're not able to win that round and convert the 2 after that, it's pretty much Kyrgyzstan's game.
Yeah, and again, we could see the potential, as you talked about, if Palestine are able to take this pistol round, but economy game is going to be pretty huge here too, just because, I mean, we saw this back over, we saw this back in the Indian game too, that opping potential from Die. We didn't really see too much of it on the CT side because that half was so short, because obviously the huge lead they took in there in that half. But if we can see Die get his hands on an op, and if he's able to work it just as efficiently, that's going to be an absolute crazy force to be reckoned with. So they need to avoid that by all terms and really keep that money down.
There's a nice bit of aggression from the CTs there over towards main, but they weren't punished for it, and Palestine now finding the entries towards A. Oh, he's going for the knife! Just misses the swipe, though. And EM27 will take on. Look at that Tech 9 just tapping away. Goodness me, Messi wiping out those two players as their bodies collapse over on top of each other. And Palestine will pick up the pistol around 12-4. And I think Palestine really didn't have to do much. The CTs came to them at the beginning of that round, and they got that advantage. And after that, they just got the entries towards the A site. Messi, though, with a good piece of movement, and it was a nice split from the Palestinians. It seems like they might understand this map a bit more than they did Dust 2, and they might play maybe a better T side than we saw in Dust 2. But we'll wait and see. It's early days yet.
Yep, we're gonna have to see on that one as Pachanga again holding off this angle here, picking off some nice damage, but no kills yet. Kamazak, of course, finding one with the Deagle.
Oh.
Pachanga finally gets a piece of the action now as he picks up one. Able to find two there, too on a Messi, but now you've got Omar responding with the Galley. He's able to take one out, but it doesn't even matter. Quaker and SNK find the final two, completely shut down on the B entry attempt. They take the round back, and now they have the floor and potentially this match as well.
Yeah, that was very easy for Kyrgyzstan. They tried to go for a fast B push, but couldn't get the entries. They didn't use a lot of utility either, and the CTs just stayed alive and were able to pick up those frags. Nice Desert Eagle play by both. I think it was Pachanga and Kamazik who were playing the B site. And either way, now they don't really have much to work with. They've got two Galils and an AK-47. I don't know why they're actually forcing it this time around, because they should probably wait until Kyrgyzstan make it 14-4, then go for a proper buy and see if they can come back and play for the win then. But if they lose this round, it's going to be pretty much another false buy for the round after that, which is just pistols and armor. So we'll wait and see. Perhaps they want to reset the Kyrgyzstan economy, which is a good idea. It's a good time to do it now. Nandu finding the entry here towards Squeaky. There's one person still in Bialy. The nade's going to come from SNK. He lands a shot as well, pops out his USP, takes down Nandu. EM27 finds Kamazik, but look at that. Far too easy. SNK picking up two, die with the final frag, and that's 14-4 for Kyrgyzstan.
That was a good attempt to break through. It was just a bit unfortunate. There was a lot of things that got missed. Specifically, the biggest thing that they weren't able to catch there was Die. That still managed to hide in the smoke. They got tossed out there. And unfortunately, he did quite a bit of damage. We saw another player finishing off most of the frags, but he did quite a bit to them. And unfortunately, even if we had seen that player go down, he probably could have finished them off as he did a huge angle on them. So that round, of course, being settled pretty easily. And SNK again finding the opening here from Kyrgyzstan. Now we see Palestine trying to take that mid control, but Quaker as well, jumping up and down there. He gets 3 kills, including one from a nade and comboing it into that pistol kill that comes out on the EM27. All the hopes and dreams now go over here on the Omar, and he gets shut down as well by Pachanga, of course, before taking out Quaker with him, but it's really not going to matter too much now, as they've got the edge still, 15 points to 4, and although we are going to see the force up here from Palestine, still a huge gap to make up. Kyrgyzstan completely bought up, even going for the double op setup now as well. And this is essentially probably going to be GG here.
Yep, Kyrgyzstan pretty much securing their spot in the winners' playoffs with China and Vietnam, which will be broadcasted in a couple of days. Tomorrow, Group D, starting from 12 o'clock, the final group of the Asian qualifiers. Don't miss it, guys. Make sure you're watching, and make sure you keep tuned in for more Asian CS. In a moment, though, Blue's going to actually be on eFrag TV 2 to provide you guys a broadcast of the Germany match. We're going to see Gob B and some of the Mouse Sports guys. And also at 4:30, you're going to see me on this channel with the Ukraine versus Croatia match. Ukrainian lineup looking really, really solid. So tune in for the European qualification round 2 matches in an hour or two. Don't miss those. And Palestine now with one final hurrah as they try to push in towards the A site. They get completely demolished here by the very solid Kyrgyzstani side, who advance through the groups with a 16-2 win against India and a 16-4 win against Palestine. Fantastic play from them. We won't take up too